You want to talk about a special event. Here we are. I'm going to sit this one out for almost 30 minutes. His game, the Gauntlet, in the forest. I want to get this done as fast as possible. I don't need any bugs on me out here. Get any bites. Let's go. Here we go. The Pimp and Psychomos watch from afar in their chairs. "90 likes to 0 dislikes. That's a perfect like ratio. We get awesome like ratios. I don't know what it is, but we've got like 7 dislikes in total, the entire channel. That's pretty good. No. Psychomos' stance on this is tilted. That's not really what he wants, but that's what Nick originally said. He wants them to succeed, and that's why they got tipped. He intentionally talked about the switch. He wanted them to use it and get out. He wanted them to work together. But if they didn't work together, they would have just ended up killing each other. Oof, lighting's brutal. This episode also looks very blurry. Oh, bugs are already here, man. Just shows, I'm just revisiting how much of a pain in the ass this was to make. And it's not even bad right now. It's probably in the 80s. I remember it was very hot and it's very humid because it just rained at one point. And it took a few days, because it was very long. It took a few days to make. And we had to do the battle scene, which is coming up. This is just the introductions. This is outside Owen's house. Here we go, Dylan. Damn bugs. They're already coming after me. Pulls out that shotgun that we lost. It's probably in here somewhere, but I don't want to bother go looking for it because it's all just poison ivy out here and I don't know what else. This was in May, by the way. April and May. So it wasn't too bad, but I mean, there's a lot of vegetation there in this scene. Surprisingly enough, I didn't get poisoned from doing this, but there was another episode in a scene we did where everyone got poisoned, and it was the worst poison I ever had, like, in terms of, like, how much was around me, but it didn't even feel that bad. I'm going to try to skip parts that aren't too important, because these 2 parts are very long. Just want to cover the best moments. Here's a good shot where Dylan and Arnold hear someone that ends up being each other. So they pull the guns, and then they realize who they are. There's a weird cut. I don't know why that's like that. I didn't edit this. Nick did. But yeah, I'm going to try to condense this as much as possible without missing the good stuff. The great stuff. You'll see. You'll see. There are a lot of funny moments that happen. They're in the bloopers, I think, from this time frame. But it was a hard time, but it was a good time. There's like stuff over here, just looking straight out. Weird. Just take a look around. I don't know what's going on. There he is. He finds, yep, there's a bunch of trash around here. Yes. There's a big bundle of sticks over there for some reason. Yep, that wasn't the sound effect, that was the actual glass he was throwing and hitting it on the rock. He tried to do it, I think 3 times, and the first 2 times it didn't even work. There you go, he gets up, walks away. Yeah, basically this first half of the first part is just setting up all the characters, showing where they are in this woods, which is supposed to be huge. Here we go. Jamaican and James. They're sitting across a fallen tree. Shout out to Barry Meckling, the original owner of that wig. Yep, still got the tips, orange tips. Oh, he moved. Yep, they both got up. This is gonna be loud, so I'm gonna turn the volume down. Try to line up that shotgun. Yeah, this one, there's a lot of silence in this episode. A lot of fights. I wouldn't call this the Hunger Games, but it's kind of like that. I don't know what those things are. They look like mosquitoes, but they're a lot smaller. Yeah, just back and forth. Yeah, I had a lot of fun rolling around the grass. I didn't mind it because I was wearing long sleeves and jeans. And that killer wig. There we go. James gets a shot off on me, I think. Right here, he shoots me in the arm. This is Dunkirk music. This is the Dunkirk phase. Basically anything Hans Zimmer goes. And he walks away. I wonder who cameraman was at this time. It's probably Mark. Most likely. Oh, yep. And there's Mark. He's like way back there. Yeah, not much talking when they all wake up by themselves for the most part, so just a lot of shots where they're looking around and finding items. I wonder if that boat's still there. I can take a look. Is that it? No. That's some other wooden structure. There's a lot of weird stuff over here. Back there, there's a port. It's so hard to get to, though, but it's like a tunnel way you can go through. But not during this time. It's probably just too overgrown, but in the winter you can do it. Yeah, I'm like over in that direction. And Mark was over there. And then most of the people were back there because that's the bigger portion of the woods. Yes, the forest field blinds them. They're hanging out in Owen's backyard. That's like the front area. Yeah, he told Darlin to go in, so since the memories are affected, so they think Darlin was also abducted and thrown into this. Oh yeah, he puts the gun in the twig. That was pretty funny. I'm not sure. Oh, he finds a bag. He finds some extra weapons. Man, such a pain. We're almost halfway done. I'm trying to push these trees out of the way. It's hard to walk through this damn forest. Like this, where I'm at right now is like the only decent pathway where you can get through without coming across any trees. I got a twig in my mouth. Nasty. So I got short hair too. Killed that son of a gun. Yeah, you can tell that it's really damp and humid. It's like cloudy. This was after it rained. When was this episode released? May 21st, so yeah. It's about that time of year where it gets really hot. And now we got something crazy going on in the background. Oh, it stopped. 300 hours he's talking about. Up in the Arctic. He was doing some special mission there. Just a little interesting story with Mitchell and how he doesn't need sleep or food. Those kind of gifts come with very big responsibilities. He's got to do some mission out in the Arctic for 300 hours. Special episode coming around soon? Who knows? But anyways, this is part 2.
Find that.
Starts off with the pimp eating all gone.
On the ground.
And then
More
so
for me.
Mitchell's Arnold's like, what?
Oh, girl.
Found the pimp. There's a blooper where like he takes the bar and he shoves it in my mouth. Nasty stuff. Oh yeah. Arnold's not happy that he's been caught up in this situation. He's like kicking the trees. He's just as confused as the rest are. Now there's Logan. This is a very strange shot, but it's stuck.
So we've been here for 24 hours. Over 24 hours.
Yeah, he found out.
We know for a fact.
Yep.
that the
Basically
guy
explains it right there.
back. 'Cause James is
Now,
Jamaican.
the next scene I think is Mr. B coming up here. This one's not that important.
All right.
Yeah, we finally get Mr. B.
The bee in there?
Yep, the B.
My God.
More Dunkirk music.
We're all gonna die.
Which they do, I think. Yep, the only casualty was Mr. B.
I've been looking for one of you. What have you been doing this entire time, man?
Yeah, if Mr. B survived, he might have just took them all out.
I got nothing. I got nothing. Pockets?
Hmm. The fake
Where
switchblade.
the hell did you
It's a
get that?
comb. Yep.
How about you go ahead and drink
Yeah,
some of
here
this
we go.
great
The dynamic
stuff.
duo of Jamaican and Mr. B. Boom. Gets the great stuff. And you can see Nick in the background just like,
How's it taste?
and then he actually drank the stuff. Yeah, don't like that. It's probably been here for 20 years. Oh yeah, he's got more food.
Where'd you find that one?
Well, let's just say the Arab is fat with greed.
I'm craving
He
a
loves
Reese's.
to eat. And he wants a Reese's.
What the hell is a Reese's?
He is just hungry.
Reese's.
Yep. A nod back to the episode earlier,
What are we
Motel
doing
Massacre.
here?
Boy, it's been a while since I've seen you.
Dylan, you know that? Yes, I didn't forget.
Why does this guy get all the food? I haven't showered in 3 days, goddammit.
What's going on? No one remembers a damn thing.
Darling. The lighting just changed, or the colors just changed there for some weird reason.
If I don't start eating, I'll get a craving.
These were 2 different scenes going back and forth. It's both groups
Really?
talking to each other. It's a pretty interesting
The
dynamic.
fat Arab who ate everything.
There's some basil right
Mm-hmm. He's fat. Oh yeah, he's like, well, let's eat some of the nature. He tries some. He does not like it. Coughs it straight back up. Dude, the Mr. B mask has a blue eye, like he got punched in the face. I'm sure he's gotten plenty of fights, brawls, when he was still alive.
Pretty boy, what the hell are you talking about?
Yep. Arnold is no sucker, dude. He doesn't care if Mr. B's gonna call him names, pull a fake knife on him. He's gonna bring it back. Got another one. This is like number 6. How many of these things are there?
Sorry for punching you earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Last time I saw you was in Chicago.
Yeah, I hate
like,
you in Chicago. I was drunk. Yeah. Chicago.
Darlin is like bipolar. Let's just say that.
What are they gonna do?
Basically is. He's the bipolar character of the series. They're gonna try to survive. Here we go. Arnold. Fade cut, and this is Mitchell and his group on the right side, and then Arnold and his group on the left, or right, left. Well, the camera's facing that way, so left and right. Playing that very famous Thin Red Line scene, or music, and this scene pretty much aged poorly. I mean, it never really was good in the beginning. I remember making this, I just wanted, like a mini fight scene in the woods to be the climax, and this, just watching it, it's pretty bad. Here we go. Got a plane going by. That one's pretty low. Yeah, basically it's just them, it's just the build-up. They're walking towards each other, they're finding they're getting stationary, they're finding their spots to hide in. And then they're gonna try to push right here. I forget who takes the first shot. It might be James. There's the pimp. He goes forward, takes that tree. He's telling him to get down. Maybe it's Mr. B. Yep. I knew it. And then here goes Devine, taking another shot. And you gotta ask yourself, I thought these guns were supposed to be perfect shots, the ones that are black. Well, fun fact, Psychomos actually tampers with those guns. He takes them after he abducts them all with the pimp, and he tampers with them to screw up their telemetry. And how does he do this? Because he learns how to work with weapons from the gunsmith Schmitty from Mob, and that's how he. Yeah, that's how they know each other, and that's how the gunsmith knows secrets. I basically just explained that, but it was kind of already explained and hinted at in the previous episode. Look at Owen. He's like, it's so funny because they're just shooting. That's like, because what is this? It's 4 characters. It's 4 people. It's Nick, Owen, me, and Mark. Mark and I. So basically, we're just taking a shot of us, pointing a gun and moving it, and then we're going to another character, and then Nick just puts it together in a group, and then they decide to end in a stalemate because no one can shoot for shit. Everyone's missing their shots, so they're like, let's just make a truce. Just like that, they agreed to a truce. It was that simple. But Mr. B has different thoughts. He's hungry. The pimp was taking all the food. Mr. B is hungry. He sees James, who is weak. He's good prey. He's gonna cut him. Boom. But Arnold knows that Mr. B is a very, very risky asset. So when he saw him make that move during a truce, he's like, nope, we gotta get rid of him. Mr. B has overstayed his welcome. Yep, and he's gone. Arnold just knows that being in this concealed area with a psychopath like him, not gonna last long. Nick was getting his Dunkirk fix for these 2 parts, which is fine.
What do you mean, like, what are the chances?
1 in a million. Probably. This is a big area. And if it was up on that tree, the fallen tree, it's probably right, 1 in a million. Maybe even more. But yep. Yeah, one of the flaws of this episode is just the lighting keeps changing. I don't think we had it set to Filmic Pro yet. We weren't using Filmic Pro yet, actually. Or maybe, yeah, I don't think we started until 18. There he goes. He climbs up this tree. The pimp's getting a workout. Yep, Mitchell's trying to see how this force field works. If he can, like, break through it. Oh yeah, and you might be wondering why the hell there was a force field. So we pulled off this force field, like, I know it's kind of a weak explanation, but the reason why we used a force field in this episode is because there was a force field in the one episode of the Old War. I always go back to the Old War, but these things happen, believe me. It was actually a real channel. These things did happen. And we were in prison, and they used a force field, and I forget how we broke it, but it was like James and Darlin. It was Darlin who, or no, was it Darlin? Anyways, there was a force field in the Old War, so we used it to explain their concealed area. Psychomos knows, he's a scientist, he knows how to work technology. Yep. Owen's character, he's got like 10 characters. The Arab hits the switch, they leave their chairs. Mitchell can go right through. Force field shut off. They're free to go home. And in Psychomos' eyes, this was a success. He got to see a death. He realizes that they can, in fact, work together. And now he's going to try and prove a point and see if he can make moves on the Hidden Land and the Chalices. And Mitchell finds out eventually that it was Psychomos. And then at the very end, we're here with the Arab, and this is leading into the next 4 or 5 episodes. The big arc. The big dip the Arab is going to take that will end his life. Here we go. Mitchell sees these 2 chairs. What are they doing here? 69 degrees. Yep. We had to do it. We had to get that shot. Make it back to their base unscathed. He put a tracker on him when he hits him. When he wishes him good luck. Oh, yep, Eastern semifinals or Eastern Conference Finals. Mitchell's looking around, looking around. Boom. He finds the chairs. And that's that. Season 2, he does some research and finds out who Psychomos kind of is. He knew something was up. He knew that this was like a game. They were put in this arena, most likely to kill each other. Now he's gonna find out who Psychomos is. Or he thinks is. But yeah, wow. 26 minutes, 18 seconds is what I got here. I'm gonna cut some of this down. His game, very special, 2 parts. The forest is vast, it's beautiful. Take care, I'll see you in the next video.